YouTube? This is Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and you guys, Steve here for another mock draft video for you guys. We are now in the 9th position for a 10-man league, so we got one more video for you guys. And this is a PPR league, so make sure you guys are aware of that, so that way we're picking the running backs in the right particular spots. So we got one more video for the 10-man, and then we'll also do some 12-man videos as well to help you guys out. Some of you guys may already be drafting a little early in my opinion, but hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for any type of drafting right now. Football season's here. I know we're all getting amped and excited. If you guys haven't drafted, make sure you follow these mock draft videos, whether it be the 10-man or the 12-man. Hopefully they're helping you out. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell as well, just in case you guys want to get some more videos for the upcoming season, sit starts, rankings, all that different stuff we're going to be sending out your way to help you guys with this upcoming season. If you do like what you see, hit that like button for us as well, and follow us on our socials. That way you guys can ask any questions you want, DM us. We're on Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. You guys can always ask away. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to make this pretty simple. We're going to do another mock draft. We're in the 9th position, okay? So we're going to jump right in. Usually the 9th, all right? And this is kind of where I see a lot of it, is where I start to see some top tier receivers going, some maybe a tight end like a Travis Kelce, things like that. So that's typically what I see going into the 9th position. Now, you see Barkley going in 1. Now, this is a little odd, and the reason for that is if you guys don't know or are not aware, Barkley right now, obviously still dealing with his rehab, currently on pace to possibly play week 3. So maybe missing week 1 and 2. That's just because the team wants to be as cautious as they can. So Barkley being at number 1 is very, very, very high and almost unlikely going to happen in your league, unless you got somebody who's new and they just love Barkley or they're a Giants fan, one of the two. So most likely Barkley usually ends up being around this area or into, I would say, maybe the 2nd round. So with that said, you've got Nick Chubb, Zeke, and Devontae Adams as some of your top 3 as far as rankings go, and the 9th position. Now, me personally, I'm going to end up going Zeke over Chubb. Now, most likely Ezekiel Elliott is gone from here, so Nick Chubb is a great option. But if Ezekiel Elliott is available in the 9th spot, I would take him over Nick Chubb just because he has less sharing time like a Nick Chubb with Kareem Hunt. So that's one thing I would definitely look at. So now you see Chubb go and Aaron Jones with some great options there. I typically, like I said, I like to go 2 running backs, but I'm not sold on picking an Eckler or a Joe Mixon in these particular spots. So I'm actually going to go wide receiver, and I actually like Stephon Diggs in this particular spot a little bit over Devontae Adams. I love Devontae Adams. He was number 1 last year in fantasy, and he could easily be that again. Don't get me wrong, but I like Stephon Diggs. I like what's going on with him and Josh Allen. They've got a great rapport, and I think that's going to only get better this upcoming season, especially with all the practice time. So you see your tight ends are off the board. Obviously, you saw Kelce in the 1st round. 2nd round was Kittle. 3rd round was Waller. That's very typical. Now, had Waller fallen to this particular spot, I probably would have gone after him just to kind of fill in almost all particular positions. But with that said, I'm going to go tight end later, only because there's no reason to go tight end right now. There's too many of these tight ends that you're going to see here fall a little bit later, so I'm not going to go there. So if you look who's available, you've got J. Swift, Josh Jacobs, Keenan Allen, Miles Sanders, Terry McLaurin, all that fun stuff. So I actually am going to go running back only because you're going to need somebody to help fill. So I like Swift here. Part of the reason why I like Swift is they're probably going to use him a lot more, especially since the fact that Stafford's gone. You got Jared Goff. The weapons are not the same in Detroit. J. Swift is really going to be the guy for them. So I like taking him. He's going to be a little bit more of a workhorse. I'm all for it. Now, if you look at some of the receiver options here, because I actually want to fill in the rest of my team, I actually like Allen Robinson over a Terry McLaurin and even over a Mike Evans. I know that's a little off because I like Mike Evans a lot. And Mike Evans has been falling quite a bit, which is kind of shocking, especially where I believe him and Tom Brady are going to be even better this upcoming season. I like Allen Robinson because Allen Robinson, if you look at him in the past 3 years, he's top 10 easily every single time. And that's without a great receiver on the other side and horrible quarterback gameplay. So if Allen Robinson was actually on a good team that actually had some decent quarterback play, I think he'd be even better. And who knows, with Justin Fields, that might be something that happens this year, or I know they've got Andy Dalton, so we don't know really what's going to happen, but I like Allen Robinson a lot, and I think that's why he's falling, because nobody knows what the quarterback situation is going to be like. So here, Zeke, Diggs, Swift. So we've got 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and I'm actually going to end up going Mark Andrews here, another good tight end option just because he's one that I don't want to lose. I want a good tight end, and that kind of fills out the whole roster for me. So now I can fill out depth or I could go quarterback. Right now I'm actually not going to go quarterback even though I can get a Russell Wilson, even a Dak Prescott. I can actually get a good quarterback in a little bit later in the draft. So I actually want to get and fill in some of my flex positions or my depth. So you look at receivers, you've got a great option. Robert Woods here. Adam Thielen is a great option. Even a Kareem Hunt or Myles Gaskin. I like those 2 at running back too as well. Those guys will be awesome. I actually am going to go Robert Woods. Again, another receiver that can end up being a top 15 receiver for you that I was able to get in the 6th round. It's all about getting the right players in the right. Don't ever overreach unless you absolutely know you have to fill that position. So don't reach too far. So you see some of the quarterbacks go, Wilson and Prescott back to back. No surprise there. Those guys have been falling about the 5th to the 7th round. Justin Herbert's another good one that's starting to fall down as well. So again, I'm looking at, if I look at quarterback, I can get an Aaron Rodgers here, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, maybe even Trevor Lawrence. I'm not 100% sold on that quite yet, but he has got some great options for him come up season. You look at some of the running backs, Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, Raheem Mostert, and then, of course, receivers again. I actually like going after Chase Edmonds here for Arizona. He's going to end up getting a lot of the ball, a lot of touches really in the backfield, so I actually like that there. And I'm going to end up filling my quarterback spot here with Aaron Rodgers. So that way I've got pretty much my whole starting roster at this point. So now it's about filling the rest of the team and getting all depth and filling in any of your bye weeks that are possibly going to happen. You always want to make sure don't fall in that bye week trap. I've seen too many times where even my early seasons not paying attention to that, and all of a sudden I'm drafting players and I got 3 receivers or 3 running backs on a bye, and I'm scrapping just to get somebody. So don't fall for that. All right. So now again, I've got 3 receivers, I've got 3 running backs. So now it's just depth. So I can do 2 more in those particular positions. I look at receivers. I've got Robbie Anderson, Brandon Cooks, some good options. Running back, Michael Carter, David Johnson, Damian Harris. I actually am going to end up going Robbie Anderson here with Carolina. I like him a lot. He's been doing an amazing job, and he's now back with Sam Darnold, so nothing wrong with that. Now I'm actually going to look at Michael Carter at running back. I like Michael Carter. He's been talked up heavily into this offseason as the Jets are looking to kind of fill and see who's going to be their best option here. Another running back I like to see a lot of, and you can get a really good flex play. I don't know if I would put him as an RB2 or anything like that, but a good RB3 as a flex is Damian Harris. He's been getting the touches in this offseason, so I like him a lot. Make sure you look for him. You can get him really kind of late rounds and not feel guilty drafting him, this late, and you'll get probably a really good player. So again, we're looking at depth. I might actually end up going into a nice little tight end here at Robert Tonyan. Again, good backup. He may even have some good matchups, and the fact that I've got Aaron Rodgers only helps fill that there, so I actually like that a lot. And then now I've got to fill in some more spots. So now we go back into receivers, running backs. So I'm looking at these. I'm not crazy about what I'm seeing here. I might end up getting Tony Pollard, but I could probably get him a little bit later. And then look at receivers, Antonio Brown, Corey Davis. Some good options here. I like what you see here. I'll end up going Antonio Brown. I think he's going to have an even better season, even though, yes, he is the 3rd receiver for Tampa. But who knows? I mean, they've got a lot of weapons, and Tom Brady likes to spread the ball around. So I'm okay with getting Antonio Brown as a nice little backup option if I need to. And then at this spot, I'm actually end up going to getting Tony Pollard because, again, if you can, always try to handcuff your starting running backs if possible. Get their backups. So I like having Tony Pollard as my backup to Ezekiel Elliott just in case an injury ever happens. I don't want to have that issue. I'm going to end up going to the Washington football team. One of the better defenses out there. I like them, and they're in a good division, so they've got a good schedule. I like what they've got. So if you have defensive teams, that's a great option. You could always do Tampa Bay or Baltimore, Rams, and so on. But I like Washington football a little bit better as far as an actual defense. I think they're one of the better ones. And I'll end up going to my boy, Greg Zuerlein, again, because, again, I believe in having a good kicker that's going to have a team that's going to score you some points or get you down to the red zone. he was very reliable and scored a lot last year for Dallas. So as you can see, I've got my lineup again. Let me know in the comments if you guys like what you've seen here, if it makes sense, if you guys do different strategies, whether it be early running backs, early receivers, maybe the no running back. I've seen that a few times. Let me know if you down below if you guys have any questions about what you've seen here, or even if you want us to rate your drafts. I'm all for that as well. These mock drafts and things like that to help you guys have a successful season. If you did like the what you saw in this video, or felt this was very helpful for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, hit that notification bell as well, so that way when we drop more videos for you guys are prepared and ready for the upcoming season. If you did like the video, again, make sure you hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to follow us on our socials, and I'll catch you next time.